It's just, yeah, I don't know, man.
What's going on here? What are you doing?
I'm
You
not
know what
doing
it is? Because
nothing.
Jack, see, I'm telling you, there's no protesters today, and the station's all
Jack's not
screwed up
here.
because Jack's not
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
That's why. See, his presence goes a long way.
I don't know what the deal is. All I can just tell you was hot this week working.
Hot. Africa
Oh
hot.
my God. One job, I went through three shirts. I don't like going up in attics and stuff, then coming down and walking in people's houses all like sweaty and stuff. So I changed my shirt, right? Just, but three times I did it. Wednesday? Yeah.
Keeps the weight down.
Wednesday
though.
was hot.
Yeah, but then they don't know how hard you work.
Yeah, it's not, I wouldn't say it's how hard I work. It's just hot.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't mind the hot because I do saunas about 3-4 times a week. I've been doing them for forever, for the last 40 years. So I mean that doesn't really bother me, but just walking to people's house all sweaty, people get a little weird about that.
Hey, on the inspection side, Tim,
Yeah.
I got a question for you. So, is it common for like the toilet tanks to sort of crack in Florida, or is it just normal wear and tear? And the reason why I ask is because we had that issue in our house just before we were going to go on a trip. My wife's like, "Uh-oh, come over here quick." And I'm like, "What's going on?" I go in the bathroom, and of course, there's a crack in the tank, and there's water on the floor. And
Really?
We're just about to leave the next day.
Oh, man.
And we're like, "Oh, good thing this happened now, because
Yeah.
we could shut the water off before
Right.
we leave, and instead of coming home to a mess." But I was just kind of wondering if that's a common thing or just whatever.
No, I mean it could be, but I haven't heard of that one.
It depends on which way you're sitting on it. Maybe you're sitting on it the
I
wrong
said,
way. Like,
did you fall into it?
Yeah,
Or
you
what
fall
happened
into it?
here?
Right, exactly.
So,
But it's kind of cool it happened before you left.
But that's a good tip. Turn your water off to your house before
yeah,
you leave.
yeah,
You just never know.
yeah.
and that's something that you wouldn't expect.
No.
Think something else major, but just a darn
Not
toilet
that
tank
one.
thing can run forever.
I never thought about that, especially
It
with
is
the
a good
well.
idea to shut your water off, but when you just remember when you turn it on, just don't jam it on, lightly pressurize it.
Well,
give it a second.
aren't you supposed to kind of turn it on and off every once in a while just to make sure that it doesn't get stuck? So
The valve?
The valves, yeah. I mean, is that a thing that you recommend to people, or
No, in here, it's just like my business. I normally don't touch valves, just because I might not get them back on,
Right,
or they
right.
start leaking. Then you're like, oh, what do I do?
Right.
And if they're older, I'll recommend just replace them if they're not the newer style right angle valves. But as a homeowner, you want to do that, go ahead. But I don't mess with valves. But
yeah? Okay, I was just curious.
if you have your main shutoff outside, it's just a right angle valve, and you can throw a little WD on there. It's got a little rust on there. That's not a bad idea.
We turned the pump off because we're on well water.
You're on well,
we just
yeah.
turn the pump off before we go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because if something happens, that thing will run until
We'll keep going.
forever.
Yeah, and you probably got that turned up too, don't you?
No, actually, we left it where it was at. I did exactly what the first thing we did is we cleaned out all of them.
Yeah.
But I do have a question for you on that. One of my sinks that would be in the Aaron sink, whenever he turns the water on, the water comes out milky colored. And it's been doing this for the last month. Everything else is straight, but that one. Is it something maybe in the?
Maybe coming out of the groundwater. Maybe.
But it's weird though. It's
do you treat that with like a chlorine or anything?
we have a salt system.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, but what do you sanitize it with anything?
Yeah, and water's great in the house. I mean, it's fine. I mean, we don't drink that water. Of course, we run it through a reverse osmosis system. But in his bathroom, when you turn the sink on, the water comes out a milky color for some reason.
I wonder if it's. I think because you got all PEX in that house, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. That's a good one.
What do you think?
I'm not a water expert.
What do you think about the PEX pipe stuff here?
Yeah, I like it.
Do you?
But I mean, there's nothing like good old fashioned copper because you get copper.
What about for monoblock?
You get
Monoblock plumbing.
Well, the
do you think of
problem with that, I just think it was a fabulous idea. It was very cool, but they all leak. They all leak. Yeah. So what the monoblock is, it's
It looks like a circuit breaker box, sort of.
it's a manifold. Okay.
Right.
In all your plumbing, it's a straight line from like your toilet or your sink all the way to this monoblock manifold. Okay. It was a great idea, but the fittings.
What purpose does it serve, though?
Well, it's just everything's at a central location. All your water shutoffs. You don't have any water shutoffs on your sink.
Right.
So I mean, it's a great idea. I always thought it was a great idea, but they just it all leaks.
Yeah, if you're going to, take your toilet apart,
So the
you can
bottom
just
line-
go into the garage and turn off the toilet and one bathroom, right?
Instead of the whole thing.
Instead of the whole thing.
Okay.
They're junk. I mean, I hate to say it, they're just junk. A lot of 1980 houses, 80s, early 90s have them. But the problem is they leak. You turn them off, you turn them back on, they start leaking.
Now I've seen some newer ones. Are those also?
I have not seen any brand new ones in houses like new construction. I've just have flat out not seen them. I'm not saying they're not out there.
Okay. I know I've seen some that were like houses built within the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I have seen some. So I would imagine that those would be better than the ones. That,
You think. Just like with PEX. The biggest problem with PEX, they had the problem with the fittings. That problem has been solved, So maybe. But I just think the Man in Black, I just think it was a great idea.
I got another question.
You have no fittings or anything from the toilet to the manifold.
For people that are on well, should you cover your well? Should you actually put something over the top
on the pump? You can for looks.
For looks, does it provide any benefit because of the rust that goes on there?
No, maybe the lawn guy, with the edger, But I know my neighbor does that.
Because I was just curious if you thought there was an advantage to that or not.
No, I probably not. I imagine if you imagine there might be, but unlikely.
Okay.
Yeah, unlikely. But I like if it came down to it, I like good old fashioned copper. There's 1,000 reasons why. Number one, kills bacteria. Your body needs copper, and they're talking about health, how it's changed since people are not using copper anymore. That's the whole thing. So.
Well, yet everybody wants to know that their house has been replumbed before they buy it.
Yeah.
And so if it's been replumbed, that you either have PVC or PEX.
Yeah, and the insurance companies want to know what year the PEX was installed.
It was 2009 like a breaking point for them, I think.
Yeah, I think right around there.
Yeah.
But PEX is just flexible pipe.
I don't like it.
In Chicago, you can only use it for hydronics.
When you go to grab the valve or something, the whole valve moves. Not like we're used to in Chicago.
Yeah, where it's rigid.
It's rigid. It's not going there. It's just everything moves.
Yeah.
So you got to be a little bit more careful when you're messing with your plumbing.
See, in Chicago, you have a lot of galvanized pipe, a lot of old galvanized, and that corrodes from the inside out, and that's a mess. You got to replace that. That's just junk. And once in a while, I still come across cast iron down here.
Really?
Yeah, I would say for me it's rare, but Chicago, I'd see it every day. Knob and tube wiring.
Yeah, my
old rag wire.
My son-in-law, they live up near Madison. Their house was built in 1856.
Yeah, now that would have.
They finally got the rest of it out. They actually had to go rip out walls to remove it. Yeah,
yeah,
because it is a fire hazard.
Yeah, in those houses, I got in Chicago, those houses have become like BX palaces.
Really?
Oh yeah, just getting rid of that stuff, But it's expensive.
Everything's expensive right now.
Yeah, everything's expensive.
Everything's expensive.
My property taxes just went down. We just got the letter from the government yesterday.
Well, that's awesome. I got to look at mine.
I got a letter too. I got to see what it says. I just threw it on my counter.
Yeah, I think we just saved $100 a year. So
it's better going that way than the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Well, and people always say, it never goes down. It just always goes up. I mean, I look at a lot of property tax reports for houses.
So do you think that's going to go through with all that property tax stuff?
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
See, I got to weigh out which is better. Do I keep my homestead in Chicago or do I keep it here? I got to figure out what's.
There's so much fake news out there about this, though.
Yeah. I got to get into it.
Yeah, I mean the truth of the matter is that it's not going to affect and never was going to affect like the schools and your city services and whatnot.
This was the first election that we've gone through down for myself being here, right? The election process down here in Florida is so much different than it is up in Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean,
we have to show ID here.
I'm from Cape Coral, right? And the way that it all went down, it's amazing.
Hi, Ross.
I'm a long-term drinker. But the mayor of Cape Coral lost his seat. He didn't even make the third place. And the funny part about it is he didn't show up to the city council meeting and hasn't been to work in the last 3 days. Guy put $125,000 of his own money into his campaign and lost.
There's got to be something into those jobs that I'm not seeing. It's got to be more than just parking because these people spend big bucks on that.
For a $50,000 a year job, you spend $125,000.
Yeah,
I know there's a lot of perks being mayor. There has to be a lot of perks in it.
But, I mean, getting out of tickets. I don't know what could be worth.
I don't know.
You're driving,
I don't know.
That's a lot of tickets if you're going to make that money.
Yeah, I mean, holy cow.
But yeah, he's gone, and the town seems really happy about it. I read all the blogs on Facebook and stuff like that. They didn't like him at all.
Well,
Not at all. And Cape Coral is a really nice little town.
yeah.
I love living there.
Yeah, I don't get there too often.
Up, we're on a phone call.
So Steve, you had mentioned a little bit about the tax bill we'll be voting on, I guess, and you mentioned that.
Do you guys understand that? So you could tell the listeners what this is about? Do you have good information on that?
So I just watched a video from an attorney that I follow in Tampa. And if I will say, if you go to, I think it's the Slice of Florida Facebook page. Hopefully that's where I shared it. If not, I'll make sure I share it there. This is a woman to follow. I mean, she puts out a lot of detail, and she's a Florida attorney, a real estate attorney. Now, what I think that I know about it is that, if this passes, then next year, instead of just having a $50,000 deduction off of our taxable amount, it's going to be $150,000. And then the following year, it's going to be $250,000. Now, that's it for now. I think that the plan was to eliminate it 100% for homesteads. And I think that that's still a solid idea. I did look at the math a lot when I first started hearing about this. And what I determined was that if even in 2026, none of the homesteaded properties paid the property tax. Again, they still would have paid for their government services, but not their property tax, right? Those, I got to get those separated in the minds of people because it's two different things.
Correct.
Now, the amount of money that the state would have taken in for 2026 without the homesteaded houses included still would have been greater than what they took in 2019. Because our property values doubled in some cases, right?
Yep.
All of the non-homesteaded, and I owned one at the time, my property taxes doubled in the 2 years that I owned the house between 2022 and 2024 for my non-homesteaded house. So all of the investors and the people that, of course, it's going to cause rentals to go up when that happens, right? That's part of the reason why rent is so expensive, because all these people have, mortgages and now their property taxes are higher. They're having to pay more. But for the homesteaded houses, it's a total relief that should not affect the amount of money that the state has, right? I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of things happening throughout the counties that it's like, would we really have done that if our property taxes didn't double and they now had all this extra income? And do we really need that?
Right.
So all of the homeowners, property owners, are paying for a lot of things now that, well, as a homeowner, I don't really care if we have.
Hey, that's my job.
What, doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking with my hands. I don't really care if my county has that thing or not. Did we really need a new this? Did we really need a new that? No, you're doing it because you have the money to do it, and you got the money from all the people paying these property taxes that are now ridiculously inflated because of what happened to our housing prices in a matter of a couple of years.
And they're trying to protect, seniors as well, because again, if their taxes are doubling over the years and their income certainly isn't, right? So I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, there's some people that I've seen online that are saying that this is just going to help the rich. So just picture in your mind anybody that would be considered somewhat wealthy. Are they living in a $250,000 house in Florida?
No.
Right. So the only people homesteading a $250,000 house would be our lower income people, or just people who like to live way below their means. Regardless, that's not typically the wealthy. And so you cannot tell me that you care about the underprivileged or the lower income and vote against this.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you. And
you don't line up.
You did very well explaining that. That was awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I think when you're, I want to say it because I'm over 60, but I think after 60, you shouldn't have to pay any property taxes, period. You've paid enough in your lifetime. You've overpaid. You don't have to pay for the schools. You have enough of that on the other side for people who are younger to pay for that. I don't think you should pay property taxes, period.
Well, and I agree with the over 60 thing, but also looking at the affordable housing issue. Why is housing so unaffordable for our young families?
Okay, taxes.
Part of it is the property taxes. That's a place we can give them relief.
Right.
Right. Let the investors, the people who have the money to buy, the properties that they don't need to live in, let them carry that burden so that the people who are 30 years old and trying to start a family can stop renting. If we can get rid of the property taxes and also get our insurance under control, now all of a sudden,
that's another thing down here that's ridiculous.
Well, that's like the two keys to affordable housing. And since we're on affordable housing, if you'll indulge me, let's stop building all of our communities with barrel tile roofs and quartz countertops and hurricane windows. Let's build some communities that are more like the communities that we grew up in. You know, I had a 900 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1-bath house that I grew up in with Formica.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went from my, yep.
You know, and I lived there for 19 years.
Right.
I did okay. You know, I mean, maybe do 1.5 bath, you know, not.
Lemon Bay and Northport's leader in sports. We are WENG Sports.
Northport, Port Charlotte.
Was I talking too long?
No, I'm not sure what that was.
There's a lot of
Here's your favorite forecast.
Get ready, Southwest Florida. Bubbles and bands and rockets. Saturday, September 19th. Tampa Bay Ranger for Realty here in Queensland. Right here on the Suncoast Morning Show. So tune in to Suncoast this morning with Carrie and
When the economy slows down, smart businesses don't just WENG.
Like for 3 commercials,
All right, I'm not sure what that was about.
Plymouth.
Nothing that this guy did.
What'd you touch? You touched something.
No, man.
It played all the commercials all at once. That was awesome. We got that right out of the way. Boom. There you go.
Wow. Okay. So obviously we got to figure out what's going on.
Yes.
That's a little crazy.
We have
Hold
to
on
make a
second.
phone call.
So something might be happening right now. Hang on.
Do, 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 do.
Is this the ghost in the machine you were talking about
Yes.
earlier?
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
It just happens.
Okay.
Wow.
So now it says 59 minutes. That was weird.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk to Kathy about that Monday. Anyways, let's talk about keep going, guys.
So no, I think what you, I'm glad you explained it the way that you did, because now I understand it, because I didn't understand it. And then the stuff you read about it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because then you got all the mavens in there that are, it seems like people want to pay more in taxes, does it? Does it seem that way to you?
Well, if we'll find out for sure, because if we can get 60% of the residents down
we'll
here,
know.
you know, to vote for this, and you know, along the lines of the schools, okay, and everything else. So, does anybody know of a police department that got like nice raises because of all of our property tax increases?
No.
Does anybody know of a school system where the teachers got nice raises
No.
because of our property tax increase? None of this money is going to them.
Where does that's what's crazy. Where does the money go?
Just
General fund.
They'll give you a printout, or you should get that. But whereas I think a lot of the money is going for pensions and stuff like that, and
That's what's broken the state of Illinois, is the pensions.
and new buildings and new parks, and possibly.
I don't know. Like here, Sarasota, for example, put up this big mosquito building right on Laurel Road in 75.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know where that is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did Sarasota really need that? I mean, it's a big building. I don't know. From mosquito abatement.
They have the money. They feel they need to spend it.
Yeah, right. And what happens is now you got another electric bill.
Cape
you put
Coral's
more
the same
people
way.
on.
They just built a $10 million park, and I went over there with the dog, and we walked around. I'm trying to think, where did you put $10 million at?
Yeah, and
I don't get it.
How about the fire station there? Would they put 10 or 20 million in
Yeah,
that?
Yeah.
It doesn't cost that much to build a building.
North Venice just got a whole new amazing park.
Yeah.
Okay, it's off of Laurel on the other side of 75, and
And even like with the mosquito abatement, they're bombing everywhere with planes now. They did my neighborhood.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here's something. I didn't know how we pay our garbage in Cape Coral. I didn't know that come out of the taxes. So we found it's like $348
Little
a
different than
year.
Chicago, you pay separate.
$348 a year for your garbage service, right? Times 100,000 homes. That's $34 million for garbage. I'm trying to think about it. That's a lot of money to remove garbage.
yeah.
Well, yeah, man. And
No, think about it. It's
what
$34 million
concerns me-
for a city.
Concerns me. We're going to be back right to Illinois.
Yeah.
With all this crap going on. It's just. Like you said, they get a little money in the pocket. They feel like they got to spend it.
Well, and before we get off this, you see me like hitting my head.
His brain's like, there's smoke coming out of his
I
ears.
got to make sure that I make. So I am aware of people, a lot of teachers that pay $100 to $200 out of their own pocket every year for some supplies, right?
Yep.
And so I'm not the only one who hears about that. And they are still having to do that. So none of the massive increase in taxes that are paying for our parks and everything else are benefiting our teachers.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
not. They're not benefiting our cops. Maybe they're getting new police cars, but the cops need more income.
And I got to tell you something too. It kind of drives me. It's just a little bugaboo I got. You know, where you see brand new police cars and county cars. They're foreign made.
Yeah.
I don't get that either, man. You know, I mean, I saw Sarasota has a Nissan.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Why are you?
Is it
buying-
something they
I
confiscated?
think the Nissans are being made in Tennessee.
Well, it could be, but to me, I would buy. It would have to be American, personally. If I was in charge.
I get what you're saying.
You're going to buy Ford. You're going to buy an American brand,
Right,
Not
right.
a foreign brand made here. But that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I drive a foreign car and I get it, but not when it comes to people's money.
Yeah, like I drive a GMC. Actually, so does my wife.
Well, I got a Ford too.
I have no idea, though, how many of the parts in there were actually made in America.
Well, that's the thing,
Mexico
too,
and
yeah.
Canada.
It's an American brand.
Yeah,
It's built in
Right.
America, but it's made
Right.
in
Right.
Mexico and Canada.
Yeah, I know. Like that Tacoma I drive, they're going to be building that in Texas. That's coming to Texas. That's a Trump deal. That's amazing. You got that done.
Yeah.
You know. So, but I'm with you. So we had some these 3 school board members a couple weeks ago that were running, and I think they got in. But the one guy was talking about using the school leverage to buy pencils. You know, instead of
Have the parents buy it
instead of having the parents, but
because they can buy it cheaper.
yeah,
Because they buy in bulk.
Buy
Right.
a billion pencils, and let them buy like that. You know, I think that was a good idea.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of things that they could be buying with that money that they're not.
Right.
And so to like reduce the amount of excess that they have, because that's what it is right now. What the government has from our property taxes is an extreme amount of excess.
Yeah.
You know, when a house goes from $250,000 in value to selling for $450,000 3 years later, something is wrong. And that's what happened in 2021,
Yeah, that's huge,
2022.
man.
It was nuts.
Yeah, remember everything was just like, holy cow, you couldn't even afford to live down here.
I know.
And you better hurry up and buy down here.
Right.
You know, speaking of buying, I think this is a great time to buy.
Oh, it is.
I think it's a great,
You could
great
steal
time
a
to buy.
house right now.
Yeah.
I did. I
Yeah.
mean, we basically stole our house. We stole a brand new
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw what we bought. You expected it.
Even the people in my subdivision buying a house today, one guy negotiated gutters cheaper than I bought the house for. Mm-hmm. It's a great time to buy.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got somebody right now who paid $502,000 for their house, and I'm selling it for them now. After they bought it, they put in over $100,000 worth of hurricane windows and sliders. It's a courtyard home, so it's got like French doors and triple sliders, and I mean the amount of hurricane.
Everything's nice.
Yeah, everything's nice, and it's also a lot of hurricane windows and doors, right? So it was really expensive. She put in all new flooring. She spent like close to $200,000 on this house, and right now it's listed at $539 because that's where the market is.
But what a deal, man.
I know.
It's a get out there and buy.
Yeah.
How do people get a hold of you?
Sliceofflorida.com is one way, but that's the easiest thing to remember. 941-894-9800. That is the business line. It rings my cell phone.
And you
Okay?
do answer it. I know that.
I'm still answering my phone.
And
right?
Mark, they go to you for the money?
Yeah, so that it's very easy. You just look me up, Mark Grego, Grego. You can look me up on Google, but my direct mobile number is 630-660-6509. And really, interest rates are not that big of a thing right now. I know they're higher than people expect, but the most part is just trying to get your deal on the property today. You could always revise your interest rate later when they drop. Don't let that hold you back. And there's too many people that are all clamoring about interest rates. And Steve talked about
Well, a lot
some
of
of
their
the,
parents are getting in their ear.
well, and
chirping at 'em.
And I think what Steve said is like, hey, there's other costs besides the actual mortgage payment. There's the real estate taxes and the home insurance. And a lot of times that makes the difference more so than what the interest rate is for the property that you're targeting.
You need to use Jack's saying, because we did. You marry the house and date the rate.
Yeah.
And that's
I
what
like
we're
that.
doing. We married the house and we're dating the rate.
That's
Well, you know
right.
what? Our first house, me and Cheryl's first house, we're paying over 10% interest.
11% of my first.
Yeah, I mean, I think mine was
And we
nine
thought
and
we- we
a
thought we
half
sold-
and 3 points I
Yeah,
paid for my first
I
place.
thought we robbed the
come on.
bank. I was like, wow, what a deal.
Well, have you done many of the 2-1 or 3-1 buy downs?
So we're doing buy downs when we can get the parties to negotiate it that way, but that does give some people some relief on their payment.
Yeah.
And if the sellers have a little wiggle room on their price, we have the sellers do that that concession to buy down the rate in the first year or two
Yeah.
if it's temporary. And that certainly gets them in the house and gives them some breathing room.
Yeah, or if as long as
great
the
idea.
appraisal will handle it, I think in some cases it's worth it to maybe go a little above list so that you can get $30,000 in benefits back.
Well, you know what? That's exactly what the builders are doing, right?
It's exactly what
that's
they're
the
doing.
exact technique that builders are doing to sell homes. They're trying to hold their prices higher.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had one that I lost out on the other day just
Oh.
because the builder gave them 30 grand in incentives.
Mm-hmm.
So they were actually paying 10 points to the buyer, basically to use to buy down the rate. Now they could only use 6
Mm-hmm.
to do it because there's a limit on contribution, but then they were fooling around with the numbers. As long as they used their captive lender, they were able to get that. So that didn't work out for me very well, but that just shows you the room that's out there. And if you are a home seller competing with the builder market, you have to use some of their techniques too,
Right.
to get the job done.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
So speech. Sorry about the speech.
Yeah.
No.
I'm telling you, you use these people on this show. They're all professionals. They know what's going on, know what they're doing. And now is the time to get out there and buy.
Yeah, I want to get back on new construction for a second because I just closed one, actually 2 of them in Welland Park in the last couple of months, and they both ended up with substantial kickbacks, which made the bottom line for their purchase price way lower than they had anticipated. But this one couple, they weren't looking at new construction. They were just looking at all resale and what they could get for $400,000 or less, right? And after we showed them a bunch of homes, we ended up showing them something brand new in Welland Park. And the price, they weren't going to look at it because it was like $440,000. Okay, it was like $440,000, but the incentives they were offering were close to $20,000. After I got done beating them up, we got it down to $40,000 in incentives.
That's why you use a broker. I noticed I didn't say realtor.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
because
appreciate that.
we went out the other night and he was almost beating me up.
You were buying the drinks. I was being very
I'll
nice.
kick your ass if you ever say that again.
I would never do that to the guy buying the beer.
Yeah.
Oh, no way, man.
Yeah. Well, okay. So if we're going to talk about that for a second, in real estate, you first get your sales license, right? And that is what the majority of people doing business in real estate are. They have a sales license. And then most of the people who go for broker's license end up running a brokerage of a lot of agents. And they're not actually the ones out there with you. You're not driving in the car with them. They're not doing the negotiating for you. That's just the normal way it's done, right? And I'm a broker who is still working the business.
Yep.
Holding customers' hands, getting them from start to finish. And so I just prefer not to be labeled in the same way that everybody else is because I have the highest license that the state allows, and I'm doing that job at that level. So
there you go.
thank you.
Cost me 2 beers that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.
3, 4, 4.
No, 3.
3, yeah.
I stopped at 3.
Yeah, I had 3 or 4.
I was a good boy.
Yeah. No, when I know I got to work the next day, I kind of keep a lid on it. I keep a lid on it anyways.
You have to.
I just can't feel like crap the next day.
Well, not
No,
when you're
and-
going
and-
in attics when it's 110,
Yeah.
120 degrees up there.
And I don't feel like crap when I drink beer. Beer is just easy for me.
It's like water.
So yeah, it's like water. So you start hitting hard stuff.
I like the
Bourbons
tequila.
and- Yeah, I do
Tequila.
too. I like all that too.
Tequila is the best thing to drink if you've got diabetes, just so you know. Just putting that out there.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's no sugar in it.
Really? Mm-hmm. Isn't vodka the
Stay
same
away
way or
from
no?
Cuervo.
Yeah.
That's got a lot of sugar in it, but if you drink
I don't
tequila,
think
it
that's
has-
quality stuff anyways.
if you drink tequila, there's no sugar in it. The agave gives you the taste,
Okay.
but there's no sugar. So you get,
So what you're saying, there is a God.
there is, yes, tequila.
Nice.
Found that out the hard way.
Yeah.
I caught diabetes about 1.5 years ago. I've beaten it, but yeah, I caught a case of it. Doctor told me if you're going to drink tequila because there's no sugar.
That's a
in it.
cool doctor.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the
recommend
best doctor
tequila.
in the whole wide world, to be honest with you. Yeah. Tells me, do you take supplements? No, not really. Don't take supplements. You don't need them. Just eat right. Okay. Whatever you say, bro.
But what's
Yeah.
eating right?
Huh?
What is eating right?
Yeah.
Eating right is your normal fruits and vegetables, lean beef, chicken, fish, lots of fish, he says.
Okay.
But just stay away from, like they have all these supplements. You make your eyes better, make your brain work. He says most of them don't do anything.
Yeah.
You're just taking a pill.
I'll tell you what, I use an app, Yucca, the Yucca
That's
app.
a really good app, by the way.
I use an app, and honest to God, I think that changed my life.
It ruined me, though, because I can't eat Triscuits anymore because they're that bad for you.
Yeah, but I think it just that stupid app just changed my life, man. With all the pesticides and all that crap, it tells you what's in it. It's great, man.
Yep.
Yeah,
My wife says that there's 400 ingredients coming out of the stuff that they sell at Aldi over the next year, I think.
Yes. Yeah, Aldi's taking up the charge with better food. I
I
shop
would tell
there a
you
lot,
what, Aldi's
actually.
a great store, man. I think that's just a fabulous store. Way different than when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but they're buyers, and I really think they kind of look
They've
out
got
there.
people in there that care, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great store. I mean, we were raising our kids. We go in there for $100. We'd come out with 10 carts full of
10 carts
stuff.
of groceries, yeah.
Go to Dominic's or Jewel. We'd come out with a couple bags.
Dominic's. That was a great store.
That was a
back in the
great
day.
store, too. Yeah. Jewel's.
Chicago thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Go
didn't
to
have
Jewel's.
a Dominic's in Detroit. I don't recall.
Detroit?
Detroit.
Yeah. I was going to say something about the wings, but I'm not.
Yeah, that's okay. I have not really followed sports since I became an adult.
Yeah,
I've just been too busy and doing other things. So
That's the problem, man. You're too busy.
Yeah.
I mean, honest to God, my day. What do I wake up? 5 o'clock, 6:30. I'm up and running. I don't stop until I hit a wall, which is
I
around 8
notice the
o'clock.
day goes faster here than it did up north for some reason.
that's just because you're old now.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Just seems like it goes
me and
so
Cheryl say the
fast.
same thing. Everything goes by so fast here. You know. Just
I
boom,
swear
boom.
that's just our age, guys.
I wouldn't trade it for anything, though.
No, me either.
To get to be on the water every day, it's awesome.
Weather's great. Come January 1st, you have to worry about stepping in snow. Can I work today? Did the snow foot? Is it a foot of snow out there? You know what?
I got to tell you, even working out in Florida is easier. My daughter got us hooked up with a thing like it's called the My Zone. It's like Fitbit kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you do gamification where whoever gets the most points in a month, is the winner and all that kind of stuff. So it got me actually
A little
working out
competitive?
the past couple of years. Yeah, because for me to get going, I had to be competitive, and
Yeah.
do it. So I have to do a shout out to her husband Fabio, who took it this year.
The
And
Fabio?
it's not the Fabio, but when he was young, he did have long hair.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a cool
So what do you
guy.
mean he took it? He got the most points.
He got the most points this month. He went and hit it and already hit the number. So
Well, how old is he?
he's 31.
Okay, he should be hitting it.
But
Yeah.
you know,
I'm not going to ask you how old you are. 61, right? 60, 62, 3?
3.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I'm 62.
Are you
I'll
really?
be hitting 63 in November.
Holy crap! How old are you?
So look at us. Yeah.
61.
So
I'll
are
be
you the
62.
youngster here?
yeah, I
today?
am.
Yeah,
I'm
he's,
61.
there's 9 months
Actually,
between
I
us.
think I am the youngest.
You are,
Yeah.
because there's 9 months
which is
between-
very rare because I'm usually the oldest guy. It's
So
like,
have you all seen my music video called I'm 60?
No.
You probably haven't. I encourage you, when you have time and you're on YouTube, just look for the Real Estate Agent Man YouTube channel and find the video that says I'm 60.
okay, where do you get that? How do you look at that?
So on YouTube,
Yeah.
Have you seen the YouTube?
Yeah, I've seen the YouTube.
Okay, so
And it's like I'm
They
going
got
to the,
videos on there.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
look up Real Estate Agent Man, okay, and you'll see my groovy little thumbnail there. And there's a parody that I did called I'm 60. And I just remastered it, and it only has like 50 views on it. But I actually got like 53,000 views on the original.
All right.
And that's still on there too. But
Wow.
the audio's not as good. Yeah, that was like the most popular thing I've ever did. Why? Because everybody who's 60 years old relates to it. And it's a parody of Alice Cooper's I'm 18. So it's about being
okay.
60 years old and living in Florida.
The
and
things our parents didn't tell us about, like when you're 60 and you sneeze, you can blow your back out.
Yeah.
My parents never told me that. You turn 40, you can't see
Or you just
anymore.
wake up in the morning, your leg hurts for some reason.
Yeah, you get hurt while you get a bruise while you're sleeping. How does that happen?
Yeah,
I don't get it.
So Steve, that Real Estate Agent Man sounds pretty good. I'm going to check that out.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. And, I've been doing this since 2020, the Real Estate Agent Man stuff. That's when I started my podcast. But since I've been using AI and having more fun with, even like the graphics and whatnot, my two most recent blog posts, I created a couple of graphics that have like me and Grok as a cartoon character, because I'm doing this stuff with Grok. I'm not like trying to make people think that I actually know all this stuff automatically, right? You got to do research. And I think I'm going to start doing the adventures of Stephen Grok.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's cool.
Know. And I now that like my real estate agent man thumbnail, I paid graphic designers to create the original 6 years ago. But now I'm throwing it into AI and I'm saying, add a guitar and a classic rock and roll microphone and make it, make the graphic image be playing guitar and singing. And the stuff you can do with that is so fun.
Wow.
It's incredibly fun.
Technology is amazing.
Yeah.
It says we got 40 minutes here. That's not right.
No, that's not right.
So,
Oops.
I don't know how. I'm just.
We got 11 minutes left. Not 40.
I got to call Kathy and see what's going on because.
Well, do I get a chance to plug my listings? Because I said,
absolutely. Let's do it.
Can I do that now?
Plug away.
Yeah, because I told all my sellers that I was going to be able to do this. So
absolutely. Plug away.
So I've got a couple on Venice Island. One is 500 Park Boulevard South. And let me say this first, too. If you just go to sliceofflorida.com, you'll see these right on the homepage. So it's super easy to see. But this is a beach villa, 100% redone from top to bottom for $539, and it's a detached condo for $539 on Venice Island on the beach.
Okay.
Here's one in Welland Park. It's a townhome for $305, 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhome for $305. Here's one in Grand Palm, which is in Venice, but still considered part of Welland Park, so you get the best of both worlds there. This is a 2-bedroom in a den villa for $419, move-in ready. All of these are move-in ready. The one I was talking about earlier, the courtyard home.
Yeah.
We reduced the price on that to $519. She paid $502 for this and spent $200,000 on it.
Where's the courtyard home?
Okay, the courtyard home, it's in what I call the Venice East Corridor. If you know where like Lakes of Jacaranda is and Lake of the Woods, it's in that area. And that is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath pool home for $519.
A pool home and 4 bedrooms.
New roof, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It is.
The new roof is a big deal.
Amazing. Oh, it is. It is. And then I also have one that is not on the MLS. They have not wanted me to put it on the MLS. So, like, the only way anybody would know about it is if they talked to me or they went to my website, unfortunately. But that is a jetty villa. If you're familiar with the Crow's Nest, the South Jetty on Venice Island, right across from there are a bunch of villas. This is one of 4 that did not get any damage from the hurricane.
It's kind of a cool little spot right there.
Oh, it's a great little spot. Yeah. And that one's at $679.
Are those are they white?
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Those are cool.
Yeah. It's a killer location.
It's kind of resorty there.
Yep.
Looking,
And I've got a couple of others that look like they're coming up. So, if you want to get on the ground floor of these, I've got $399 at Golf and Country Club. HOA is $192 a month, and that's in Seminole Lakes in Punta Gorda. That's in Punta Gorda. And I've got a possibility of one in South Venice that'll probably start. It's a 3-bedroom home, but it'll have a 2 at the start of the sales price. Okay, and it should be livable. Okay, I mean, there's people living in there right now, good family. I've not been in the home yet, though, and so I'm meeting with them next week. So
that's
a little bit of a wild card, but still, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're one of the people who are trying to get something with a 2 in front of it, that's a single family home, no HOA type of deal, then when these properties come in the market, these are still the ones that go really fast.
Oh, sure.
Right. So this is the type of property you definitely want to be talking to me about sooner than later if you want to be one of the first people to get a shot at it.
And if you want to get your financing lined up, because you're going to need to do that to get your offer going,
yeah, right.
Then I'd be happy to help you do that, because that's the key. You need to have your financing sitting there ready to go. So the listing agent, when they see it, they're like, all right, I've got the good buyer here.
You got to pull the trigger, man. You got everything
aligned.
aligned.
We're going to negotiate.
Yeah.
You can't wait to the last minute and says, oh, I see the house, and then you try to make offers. Well, somebody's already beat you to it.
Yeah, not only that, but as far as someone accepting an offer, if you tell them, hey, I got my money in line, we're good to go, we can close, boom, 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 that's a big deal. Well, that might be a little bit better than someone that has going to give you a little more for the house.
The way we do it is...
It is terms, and it's readiness. And I can't tell you how many people come into my open houses, and they love the house, and they want to start talking to me about making an offer, but they haven't even spoken to a lender yet.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
You got to start with a lender.
So one of the things I like to do is get everything set so the underwriting is basically done when I've looked at the file and got all their information. So when I give the letter, it's just about vetting the property at that point because the buyer has already been vetted because I've already looked at it. I've run it through automated underwriting. We're good to go. I give confidence to both agents that are on the deal that this is going to work as long as the property vets out.
Right.
You know, as long as it appraises out for a purchase price, then we're good to go. If there's a gap, we're able to, work out deals with that sometimes a little bit. We adjust the terms a little bit and we figure that out and we make sure the deal closes.
Well, and I find the buyers that are working with an agent of some sort, they're more prepared typically because real estate professionals know how important this is. The problem we're having is since the lawsuits of 2024, which I don't know how much you guys have talked about that on this program, but so many things have changed and buyers are more hesitant to work with a real estate professional now because they don't want to sign the document that they now have to sign that says, I'm making a commitment to you. And, I might have to actually pay you for providing real estate services for me. So they're doing it on their own. They're not getting any of this advice and they're missing out on the homes that could be perfect for them because they didn't know the steps to take to be prepared to be able to buy
And
the house.
you guys, all the way down to the inspection, as soon as I find out that they're not working with an agent, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Or they got me off the internet. That's great. Everybody wants you to get off the internet. I get it. But if it's not agent referred, I'm like, oh, what's this going to be like, And usually I'm being the agent, like telling them stuff I know. It's like, I shouldn't be doing that.
Well, yeah, you can't practice real estate.
You know what I'm talking? That's what I'm talking about. And nor do I want to.
Right.
It's not what I do.
Right.
And but I see that stuff. Yeah. Whenever I get one of those calls, I'm like, oh man, here we go. And I'll tell you more often than not, I pass those up. I don't take every call that comes to me. No. It's like, hey, we're not meant for each other.
Well, and sometimes with those people, you get the people that want a perfect home, like it's new construction and nothing's been lived in and everything else, and all of a sudden every little thing is an issue, and then that's harder to make the deal come to a fruition at the end.
Yeah. All right, so I don't know what's going to happen here. We got 4 minutes. So it says we got 34 here. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, there's one thing I want to plug before we go, and this is I mentioned it before when I was here, and the Money Store has a special deal nationally with the International Association of Firefighters, and for firefighters, EMS, paramedics, we do not charge any lender fees when we do a loan for them. That, if it's FHA, conventional, whatever, we do not charge them lender fees, which saves them about $1,500. They also get a lower interest rate because we've cut the interest rate for that group. And again, it's a special national program, but I wanted to get it out so the people in the local communities here in Florida or wherever they're listening are aware of it. And if you know firefighters, EMS, paramedics, tell them about the program because that, again, can help them get into. Now, they can't combine it with Hometown Heroes. They can't do both.
Right.
But if they have some of their own funds, they can at least save some money taking advantage of that.
That sounds like something maybe you should run across the board for everybody. That's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, they've done the national program with the union, so that's what they started out with. And it's just getting the awareness out there because the people who manage the union really don't pass it down to the people who really see it.
Yeah.
Just because they're doing so many other things, right?
Yeah.
So that whole idea here is on the radio. Maybe somebody's listening. They know a firefighter and they're like, yeah, we want to buy. All right, I can get a break here, both on the interest rate and on costs. Maybe I'll go ahead and, ask some questions and make a phone call.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, hey, you're listening to WENG. We're here every Saturday from 10 to 11:30 a.m. I'm Tim Kerfin, your host. You can reach me at kerfininspections.com.
I am Steve Martin Smith, broker for Slice of Florida Realty. The most important thing that I want to leave you with is a blog and podcast called Warning Your Florida Real Estate Agent May Not Actually Represent You. So go to the blog page of sliceofflorida.com and look for that one, or you can find me on any podcast app.
And Mark Grego at the Money Store. I will make your home buying experience less stressful by lining up all your financing ahead of time. I can be reached at 630-660-6509, or at Mark Grego Mortgages on Instagram. And then also make sure that you go to radiohousetalk.com and
please do that.
subscribe because we want
Yes,
more
please
subscribers.
RadioHouseTalk.com.
Mr. Fun, Intercoastal Adventures. Come be the captain of your own adventure. Intercoastaladventures.com. We run on Matt Lachey. We do fishing and eco tours.
Oh, we got to take a drink.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we got a little drinking game. If he says Matt Lachey, you got to take a
Matt Lachey.
Yeah, you have to take a.
We decided that one time when he was here, he was traveling, and it was Jack, Tim, and I forget who else was here, but yeah, that was the drinking game.
Yeah, I don't know if Jack is still listening, but love the hats, Jack.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Unfortunately, I think that is true. They are moving to Hammond.
Just for you, Jack. I'm going to put it on right now.
But they're
just
awful
so you can
cool.
see it. I've got the Bears, gear on here, and I've got your hat, Jack. So there you go.
Yeah. That's looking good.
It's not too bad.
What a joke. The whole thing is a big joke.
Well, it kind of goes with my shirt too, though, right?
It sure does. It works.
Maybe I should do the same.
Yeah, I think you're all set with that shirt. Yeah. Now the thing.
Who do we got on next week there, Mr. Kerfin? Do you know?
I don't know because Jack's out of town and he does all that. So I think that's it, you guys. I mean, it says we got another half hour here, but I don't think so.
Well, we could just keep talking.
I don't know what the deal is.
See what happens.
The music did not kick in.
No.
Huh.
No, because it's 11:30, so that's odd.
That's really odd.
Yeah, but I appreciate everybody listening this week.
Here's your updated forecast. Brought to you by my name is
Hi, I want to give a shout out
to communities and businesses. At DCIP, we are designing a data server campus that respects the use of water with significant measures to conserve this precious resource.